Gamecock Chatter, this week's guest, Jacksonville State wide receiver Anthony Johnson, sophomore out of Maplesville, with 4 catches in the game on Saturday in Jacksonville State's 52-28 win over the Racers from Murray State. We'll go back to Maplesville. Small school, so you played all sports in high school, right?
Yes, sir. All sports. Once you growing up, you see everybody doing everything, so you sort of just fall in line and start to play every sport, even though if you're not good. So, you get better with time. So,
Was football your favorite?
yes, sir. With no doubt, football was my favorite sport. Growing up, started playing football at the age of 5, playing for our midget league. So, I knew then football was my heart and soul. So that's why I wanted to play.
All right, at 6'4", everybody probably thinks, why didn't you play basketball? And you did play basketball in high school. Right?
Yes, sir. I played basketball in high school. I feel like I could have went to college and played either sport. But, at the end of the day, coming down to it, I love football more now. My passion is for football, so that's why I chose football over basketball.
All right, you told me earlier you played guard at 6'4" at a 1A high school.
Yes, sir. I played guard at my high school.
Shooting guard, right?
Shooting guard at my high school. So, a lot of people say the same thing, coming from 1A, how did you play guard? But, it was guard and just wherever my coach needed me to make plays. So, I could move from guard down to the post, play the point, bring it down the court, just wherever my coach wanted me to play.
All right, I got to ask you, when you got the ball, did you give it up or was it going to the rim somehow?
I pass here and there from time to time, but coming to the games, people know that I was going to be the guy that's probably going to take the shot or make the plays. But I wasn't the only player on the team. So, of course, I gave it up at times. And, when I needed to keep it in my hands, I kept it in my hands.
Growing up, did you always play wide receiver in football?
No, sir, I did not. Coming up, I actually was at quarterback my sophomore year in high school. So I played quarterback and receiver. I was the backup quarterback, and I started at wide receiver. So, in games, I had the chance to go play quarterback. But, after my quarterback graduated, my coach came to me, and we sat down and had a talk, and he asked me what did I want to play. And I actually told him receiver, and I would give underclassmen, Kobe Chambers, which was my quarterback my junior year and my senior year. I told my coach that I would like for him to play quarterback, and I wanted to stay a receiver. And he asked me why, and I told him, well, I feel like I have a better chance of playing on the next level by staying a receiver and making plays.
Any chance of a end around or reverse where you throwing the football at some point in time?
Well, that would all be up to Coach Gross and the play caller. So, I wouldn't close my eyes on it. I would give it a chance at one point. So, but it's all up to the coach and what he calls.
All right, how did you end up at Jacksonville State?
It all came down to my final decisions, which was Alabama State, Jacksonville State, and West Alabama. And I talked to my mother, and we talked about the 3 schools, and I took my visits. And one of my closest friends, my best friend, Cameron Andrews, plays at West Alabama. So we talked about our visits we took, because he took Jacksonville State visit with me and the West Alabama visit. And we both just sat down and talked, and he decided that he was going to go to West, and I was still undecided because I wanted to play with him on the college level. But once it came down to it, and I talked to my mother about it, she felt like Jacksonville was the right place, and I felt the same way. And I liked the atmosphere when I came up, and I just felt like I could get a great education here. So coming here to play was the best decision I made.
35 catches last year, 3 touchdowns, and now 9 already this season. So it's worked out good so far, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has. And it's a blessing just to be here, and being able to play. My freshman year was a blessing. And just the plays that I made last year and the plays that I made this year, it's just all thanks to God. And I hope to continue making those plays.
You, Barge, Merrill, now Gonzalez. There's a lot of weapons out there. Is it tough to get snaps sometimes?
Sometimes, being a receiver, some people may call us ball hogs because we always feel like we should throw the ball and get the ball. But, with the receiving core that we have from, like you said, Barge to Marquise to Ruben to Jared Johnson to J.D. Williams to Dalton Screws. I could keep naming, and it's just like we all want the ball and we all want to eat, as we say. Let me eat, as in let's catch the ball, let's make plays, and we know that all of us can be threats down the field. Getting the ball in our hands, we're playmakers, and we all feel the same way. And just getting the ball, you just have to stay patient, because I mean all of us can make plays, and once one of us make a play, you know, that sort of gets everybody fired up and gets all of us going. So it's nice to see everybody doing good.
All right, put you on the spot. Is there one game that you had last year or this year, or just one catch that sticks out in your mind as we sit here and talk?
My had to be my catch last year against Alabama State that I caught the screen and I scored my first college touchdown. Had to, that's a memory that probably won't ever go anywhere, and it's just a blessing that I had the chance and the opportunity to do that. And so once I scored that touchdown, I knew, like, from that day, like, I would never forget it.
Did you think you would play as a true freshman coming in?
My coach, Coach Cornelius from last year, you know, he told us, me, Earl Calloway, and Jaron Johnson, that, you know, there was going to be times where we would have to get in and just be ready. So I just stayed ready, and I stayed focused. And so when I was thrown out there in the fire, as we all say, I guess I sort of rose to the challenge and made plays.
All right, last year you wore number 84. Now you switched and wearing number 9 this year. First off, was that your high school number or something? And then your families had to buy whole new jerseys, because last year I know every time I turned around before a game I'd see somebody wearing an 84 out there.
I think, you know, 84. I liked 84, but it was sort of a high number for me. I felt like, you know, I'm a single digit type guy, and I wore number 4 in high school, so it had nothing to do with high school, and I just felt like number 9 was a good fit for me this year. And my cousin, my youngest cousin, actually wore number 9 in high school, so I sort of, you know, wore for him, but he ended up changing his number as well coming into his senior year. So I mean, it's all in respect to him, and just showing him hard work does pay off, and he would have a chance to play on this level.
All right, one last thing. We are ready for Tennessee Martin here on Saturday. You guys offensively, best outing of the season, again over 600 yards. It's got to be a lot of fun to play an offense like this.
Oh man, it's a great experience, you know, to always have a run pass option. I mean, there's no plays where at the receiver position you have a chance to take a break or catch a breath. Either you're blocking for Heavy or Eli or Miles or Buster coming downfield, because they always have big runs here, and so you always have to stay aware. And not only that, with the run pass option, he could pull the ball, and you have to be aware of him throwing it to you. So I mean, it's a great experience, and just to be out there and see these guys picking up big yardage, you know, puts a smile on my face. And just to have one of the running backs, which is Heavy, going up for the Walter Payton, is one of the best experiences ever, just to see him run the ball and never give up and always moving. So it's one of the great experiences.
All right, Anthony. Thanks, sir. Good luck this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jacksonville State hosts Tennessee Martin here Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, Burgess Snowfield. Come join us. Catch the Gamecocks in action.